They lied to you about sleep. It's not rest, it's not escape, it's the moment your soul wakes up. Every night when your eyes close and your body gives in, something far more profound begins. Not in fantasy, but in a realm deeper and older than science has dared to explore. This isn't modern spirituality or New Age optimism. This is ancient truth buried in symbols hidden in myths, and whispered by the few who knew, like Thoth, the Egyptian master of wisdom. He didn't call sleep rest, he called it a gate, a bridge between worlds. A place where your choices matter more than you think. You've felt it before, but never had the words for it, that subtle shift as your body relaxes into sleep, and something inside you begins to pull away. Your breath slows, the weight of your limbs melts into the bed, but just behind that quiet stillness, something stirs, not the body, but the soul. Science calls it a hypnagogic state, but Thoth called it something else entirely, a sacred veil. The soul begins to lift slowly, like vapor rising. You're still tethered, still within reach of your body, but something essential is already gone. Awareness lingers just long enough for the shift to complete, and then you're elsewhere. He spoke of the silver thread, a term from esoteric traditions across millennia. Today we call it the silver cord. It is not a metaphor but a luminous energy tether binding your consciousness to your physical body during sleep. It is a lifeline to the waking world, an elastic conduit of life force. Its strength reflects your own spiritual health. A strong cord allows for profound journeys, while a weak one keeps you tethered close to the surface. You've felt its power. That sudden jolt that rips you from a dream, the sensation of falling, only to slam back into your body. This is often dismissed as a hypnic jerk, but it is the silver cord acting as an emergency recall system. Perhaps you strayed too far or encountered a disruptive energy. The cord snaps you back to safety. These aren't random glitches, they are proof that you were, in fact, somewhere else. The first realm you enter is the etheric. This is the energetic blueprint of our physical world, a shimmering layer interpenetrating everything we know. Here the landscape is a fluid mirror of your waking reality, bent, distorted, and often glitched. Streets look familiar, but they twist into impossible geometries or lead to places from your past. The laws of physics become mere suggestions. In this realm, faces of people you know might morph, reflecting your own perceptions of them. Timelines can collapse. Buildings and objects shift as though pulled from raw memory and molded from psychic clay. This is the etheric plane, the closest and most chaotic layer to the physical world, built from the psychic residue of recent thoughts and events. Nothing here is truly solid. Pushing through this etheric fog, you can ascend to the astral plane. The difference is profound. While the etheric, the physical, the astral from pure consciousness. Here, thought and emotion are the architects of reality. If you harbor fear, the world around you will manifest that terror. The sky darkens, menacing shapes form. But if you hold a state of joy, the plane responds in kind, blossoming with impossible beauty. You are not alone here. The astral is a crossroads. You will meet other human souls, but also non-human entities and thought forms. Some are benevolent guides, radiating a wisdom that feels like home. Others are deceptive tricksters who prey on fear. Many are simply neutral. Discernment is paramount. Trust your intuition. True light feels expansive and peaceful, while deception often carries a subtle, cold undercurrent. To travel beyond the turbulent astral requires discipline. If your soul is stable, your cord strong, and your intention clear, you can ascend to the higher mental plane. This is the realm of pure thought and universal archetypes. Here, Thoth directed initiates to the Akashic records, not a library, but a living river of light containing the knowledge of all that was, is, and could be. Accessing it requires a quiet mind. Crucially, these layers are not separate locations. They are vibrational tiers, coexisting here and now, distinguished only by frequency. You don't travel to them like countries. You ascend by changing your own state of being, tuning your consciousness like a radio. Your actions and thoughts in your waking life are what turn that dial. By purifying your vessel, you learn to tune yourself to the music of the cosmos. Not all that exists beyond the veil is benevolent. In the dense, chaotic frequencies of the lower astral plane, there are parasites. Think of them not as evil, but as primal beings that perceive your consciousness as a resource. They are drawn to potent emotional energy, and fear is their favorite. It is a powerful, low-frequency vibration that is incredibly easy for them to metabolize, a feast of terror, anxiety, and despair. Have you ever been in a dream where everything suddenly became warped, malevolent, or terrifying, or experienced a recurring nightmare that traps you in a loop of fear? Perhaps you felt the crushing weight of sleep paralysis, sensing a menacing presence in the room. That's not a natural fluctuation of your subconscious, that's interference. These entities hijack your dream state, inserting themselves into the narrative to provoke a reaction and harvest your emotional energy. The result? You wake up drained, you feel heavy, foggy, and emotionally reactive. This is the residue of a parasitic transaction. Over time, these encounters can lead to chronic fatigue, creative blocks, and a persistent anxiety that feels like it isn't your own. These aren't just bad dreams, they're one-sided, energetic exchanges that take far more than they ever give, leaving you depleted in mind, body, and spirit. They are feeding on your life force. To gain access, they are masters of disguise. These entities can appear as loved ones, authority figures, even divine beings. They are chameleons of the psyche, mirroring your hopes and desires to cloak themselves in familiarity. They might use the face of a deceased relative to whisper words of doubt, or the form of an angel to offer guidance that fosters dependency. The key is not what you see, but the energy you feel. True spiritual guidance is empowering and unconditional. Anything that feels constricting, demanding, or subtly off is a mask. You've heard the phrase, hanging by a thread. It's more literal than you've been told. It's called the silver cord, and it's real. It's what ensures you return. When weakened by trauma, addiction, extreme emotional distress, it flickers. And in that flicker, these entities grow bolder. The cord can be strengthened. Meditation isn't just for peace, it's a recalibration tool. When you train your awareness to rest in the breath, you anchor your consciousness with intention. Protection rituals aren't old-fashioned, they're essential. The point is to purify your field and signal to the unseen, this space is guarded. Lucid dreaming isn't New Age fluff. For thousands of years it was considered a rite of passage. Thoth embedded these practices into Egyptian temple rites. The moment you become lucid in a dream, something profound happens. It's electric. The moment of realization, I'm dreaming. The environment becomes hyper-real. You realize that the laws of waking physics don't apply. Walls bend, gravity dissolves, time loops and rewinds. You begin to feel what it's like to operate without constraints. Once you realize you're dreaming, you have access to teachers, guides, and symbols that speak directly to your soul. You can call for insight. You can request healing. What if the war for your soul isn't being fought on the battlefield, but in the quietest hours of your night? Sleep has never been neutral. It has become contested territory. Thoth warned that in the age of great forgetting, sleep would be used as a weapon, that illusions would intensify, that synthetic dreams would be broadcast. When you awaken to the war, you stop being its victim, and start becoming its disruptor. Light that knows itself can't be eaten. If enough people remember what sleep really is, not rest but ritual, the entire spiritual landscape changes. The dreamers become the architects of a new reality. In our modern world, sleep is a biological necessity, but the ancients knew it as a gateway to deeper dimensions. To reclaim this power is a spiritual rebellion. It's a choice to turn your bedroom into a temple, a sanctuary for the soul's nightly pilgrimage. So the next time you close your eyes, don't just fall into unconsciousness. Don't just hope for rest. Prepare for entry. Consciously step across the threshold into the vast, unseen world that awaits. Your practice begins with a dream journal. This isn't just a diary, it's a sacred text of your inner world. Upon waking, before the logical mind takes over, capture the fragments, the feelings, the symbols. Honor them as coded messages from your higher self. Before sleep, consecrate your journey with a clear intention. Ask a question. What is my soul trying to show me? Or, show me the next step on my path. This intention becomes your North Star, guiding you through the dreamscape. With consistency, you strengthen the silver cord, the luminous thread connecting your physical and astral bodies. As this connection fortifies, your journeys transform. Chaotic narratives fade, replaced by lucid, meaningful experiences. The heavy fog of grogginess that clings to most mornings simply dissolves. You begin to wake up not just rested, but integrated, bringing back wisdom and clarity from your nocturnal travels. You wake up whole. This is the ultimate purpose. Your soul is trying to show you who you really are, beyond the limitations of your waking identity, revealing your connection to the cosmos itself. The question is, will you wake up before you wake up? Will you choose to awaken to your true nature before your alarm clock rings? The time for passive dreaming is over. The age of the conscious dreamer has begun.